workshops out here. All the boys like coming out here and having a bit of a tutu, and they bring their cars out occasionally, and they can bring them out and put them up on the hoist and all the rest of it.
So, when you've got a hoist, you've got mates.
You do. You get that all right.
Really,
A few of them, but that's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's quite good to bring them all out.
Yeah, definitely.
I had it all in town.
Yeah.
And when I shifted from town to come out here, and I'm going to buy a block of land and whatnot, and that fell through with the prices going skyrocketed. And then I got offered this from Kelvin here. He said to me, you want to lease this off me? I said, yeah, great. So, and he likes it because I tinker around with his stuff and whatnot occasionally too. Perfect. Help him out. So, the boys come out. The BMW club come out here sometimes. We have barbecues and that out the back and park all the cars in the paddock and all the rest of it. We had one last time. We had about 30 cars out the back there.
Yeah.
So, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your projects that you've got working on at the moment?
My biggest project, obviously, is this one, which is a 1974 2002 turbo.
Turbo, yeah.
It's been quite a long project. I cover everything up in here because we get a lot of birds in here. And they pop all over it, as you can see by the cover. So I have everything covered just about all the time.
And she's pretty tidy.
So, So this is all, I'll chuck it up a bit and you can see underneath it. It's all brand new. It's gone back to a complete rebuild. Right back to bare metal.
Wow.
And this is probably right back to.
So how far off do you think you'll be having this fully?
I've still got problems. This is the turbo out of it. I've got a big problem with that.
Because I think you mentioned when I met you down at Taupo, you mentioned turbos and sort of. Yeah,
unfortunately it's got a big crack right through it on both sides, right through the middle of that. And I can't find anybody to fix it. So I mean, if you can find somebody, or somebody will see this and they know how to do something with it. I'd love to get it going because that's my biggest problem with it.
Because what is this, cast iron or?
This is cast, and it's been to about 3 or 4 different places, and people a lot of people are too scared to even touch these because they're KKK turbos, and you just can't buy them.
Do they have to be? Do they get hot?
Yeah, they get real hot. Probably get real hot. And I've been told do not drive it like that because if anything goes up and through that, you can't replace that. They made 1,625 cars. They made 1,625 turbos. You
could almost get somebody to take a mould off this.
Well, that's what I'm hoping somebody will know.
But people that do casting.
But it has been to about 3 different places around, and 3 or 4 different places. One here and 3 up in Auckland, and people have taken one look at it and said, no, we can't do anything with it. It's obviously too hard for them to do.
To repair.
Because
I wonder how easy it would be to cast.
To
actually take a cast off it. Because I know an artist in Tauranga who was doing a lot of sculpture work, and he was getting sand casting done. So they would literally make. I'm not sure how it gets done, but they make the mould in some special casting sand, and that's what they cast the iron into.
The old days.
They used to use dirt, mud, and all sorts of
I'm keen to hear from anybody who's prepared to have a go at doing it all.
Because
I can send it overseas and get it done. The guy from over there, in Birmingham, I think it was, or somewhere, he wanted a €1,500 deposit to start with, and I sent it over there. And then if he couldn't do anything, I wasn't going to get my money back. It wasn't any guarantee that I was going to get or that he could do it and all that, you know.
And then there's a lot of trust involved.
A lot of trust when you send stuff overseas and all that.
There are people that
send it over, I might not ever get it back again.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
no
I'd
money,
be in
no
worse
turbo.
condition.
Yeah.
You know.
I would like with 3D scanning and all that sort of thing now. Someone could surely. I mean, it would be cost involved, but you'd keep your original damaged one.
I'd keep the original.
And then just get it scanned or
Quite
something.
a number of guys overseas, because it is a common fault apparently, and a number of guys overseas have taken a smaller turbo off. I think they said a 318 diesel BMW or something like that, and modified it to suit so that that they could actually drive the car in the meantime and just keep the original one until they could do something. And nobody knows, so at least it's still drivable. So that might be my next option to do that.
It's kind of a bit of a bridge, You know?
So everything's all been done, like as I say, it was stripped right back to bare metal. And everything's been painted right through. I got a bit carried away with the underneath there. It's got 2 coats of underseal, and a coat of silver, and a coat of clear over the top.
Well, you can get to it.
Clean.
For sure. Definitely.
That's for real, you know.
So, it's great with our roads here too, especially like this part of the country where you see so many videos and stuff from overseas where everything's just rust, all the time. Our cars are so clean here.
It really does.
They stay clean.
A lot easier to clean them.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be doing huge mileage, but, well, I don't know. I probably will.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well,
when the insurance broker came out and had a look at it, he said, "Oh, how many Ks do you think you're doing?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Oh, you won't be taking it out much, will you?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be taking it out."
yeah, using it.
Like if it was available tomorrow, I was going to go up. I'm taking the E21 up to hand it down because the classic shows up there tomorrow.
It is too.
Yeah, I'd take it anyway. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. It's still only a car.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, you know, I hate the idea of garage queens. It's it's they're a machine too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's what they're made for. So.
I want people to see it.
Yeah.
So as I said, I've replaced all the suspension, I decided while I was doing it, after I'd done the body and everything, in the shell, done it all and started putting the old stuff back on again, it didn't look nice.
Right.
It didn't look good, you know. Same with all the chrome.
Yeah.
I put the original chrome back on and it would look tatty as, so I was lucky enough to be chatting to Walleth and Niche over in Germany. I get a lot of stuff through them. And the lady over there messaged me about 9:30 one night and she said, "Oh, I've just found a full set of waistband and the windows and the whole lot, a whole brand new set.
Perfect,
Do you want the whole box full?" So I brought the whole box in front of her. And it's made a huge difference, you know.
Yeah.
But like everything, it's not cheap to buy for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the same with like the rear lights, so the back's all been done as well.
Yeah.
All brand new, suspension, brakes, everything right through. I thought, well, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I've only just got the new springs for it.
Yeah.
They've been so hard to find. A lot of stuff is for them because they were different for the turbo cars because they're a heavier car, and I guess it's to take the power in that as well. They've had to strengthen in the back of this compared to the normal O2s, which you can see when I put it down later.
Yeah.
So these little bits are only because I catch my head on things.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Everybody says I should be wearing a crash helmet around here because I'm forever catching my head and whatnot. You know?
Yeah. Occupational hazard.
Yeah. And then during lockdown, I was on the internet like everybody is.
Yep.
And I found these are a genuine set of 1974 wheels, and they were still brand new, still in their boxes.
Oh my God.
Never been used. They were in Italy.
Oh, right.
And I couldn't believe it, and it was accidental when I saw them. I thought, oh, the guy's got one of those wheels. So I messaged him, he said, I've got a set of 5.
Wow.
Brand new, still in their boxes from 1974. Identical, the right ones for it.
Unbelievable.
So I managed to get those and bring them over here.
Yeah.
It took 6 weeks, and I paid him the money, and that 6 weeks was a long time, and all I had was a photo on my fridge. I thought, man, that's an expensive photo if these wheels don't turn up, mate.
Yeah, I've been down that track actually. With my last car, bought a set of $3,000 wheels that the guy just completely kept my money, and that was the end of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I was sort of worried about, really. But,
Yeah, so that's what it's like under there. So later on when we finish having a look at this, I'll drop it, I'll put the other wheels on, drop it down, and we'll push it out and we can have a look through under the bonnet and
cool.
inside it all.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So apart from the turbo,
Yep.
you could just about drive it now.
Yeah, the guys, well, no, it's, I still need a pedal box built and a few other bits and pieces, but not much really. And I've got to get the electrics all redone again. Because the wiring loom was, the people I got it down in Christchurch quite a few years ago, and they were using it as a paddock car. They didn't know what it was. But they'd done an aftermarket intercooler on it, and they mucked around with the motor, so I've rebuilt the motor and the gearbox and everything, because they changed all that, and they had a lot wrong with it. They'd all cut springs, and when the guy actually picked it up, it was right up here in mud. He actually sent me a photo, and he said, "Are you sure you want this car? Because it's up in that." But I brought it because of the number, the chassis number. Yeah. Because it's a genuine turbo car. So
and most of the parts that are on it matching numbers. Yeah. So
they are.
That's added.
So that's right.
It's a lot.
Apart from the actual turbo part of the car, the rest of it is just like a TII or BMW, just a normal left-hand drive BMW. All of the guards, all the body parts, all these are all virtually the same. So you can actually buy most of the stuff.
Yeah, interchangeable.
Yeah. It's just with the turbo part, because there's a pipe up in there that I cannot buy, but if I can find one for it, because the original didn't come with it, because as I say, they've changed it all. If I can find an original one, I can get one copied and made. They could, an exhaust expert could make one quite easily, but it's just making one to see.
I'm quite interested in doing some research to find out where you can get your turbo sorted now. I like that sort of thing,
I have been through a lot of people, and during the racing I talk to people about it all, and I tell everybody. And
for some reason I just think getting another one cast would be the way to go. And there's people that can, I mean, that's old. It's old tech.
It is,
I'm sure that there's some old school people around that can just do that sort of thing with their eyes shut.
I had a guy out here, Kevin, who's a mate of mine, and he's got 3 2.2s as well, and he was out yesterday, and he brought a magazine out for me to have a look at, and there's a guy in there that does castings and whatnot. So, I'll just get hold of anybody. Because because it's pretty frustrating otherwise.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like a piece in the puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
it is, yeah.
that you need. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
Nice.
I'll,
So this would obviously be the original colour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Pelora silver.
Yeah.
Original colour and everything. I had to get new stripes for it, obviously, because the old ones were pretty bad. But you can buy those, and they're all good.
Did they come into the country with the kit on them, or was it that?
Yep. Yep. As far as I know, there's only well, there was only 2 silver ones and 1 white one in the country. But now there's another silver one that's just arrived in the country. It's just been getting done up in Auckland.
Is that a turbo?
And that's a turbo one.
Yeah.
So there's really there's only the 4 as far as I know.
Yeah.
The silver ones, they only made 621
right.
of the Pelora silver.
Yeah.
Most of them were the chamois white. Chamois white.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that they've done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's not many turbos on the road either.
No,
period.
No.
Yeah.
No. And even the ones that are overseas, they they drive them around. It's really good to see.
Yeah.
They've got a fairly big club overseas.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the turbo club and everything, and at this stage they've only got about 31 members. They reckon there's only about 31 of them. The rest of them, that they know of, that are registered in the world right now.
In the world.
But there will be other ones, because they didn't know about this one even. So there will be other ones around.
Yeah. That's probably why the insurance guy said, are you going to drive it?
Yeah, he was, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a heck of a job, obviously, insuring it, because you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't until Al sold his one, and that was during lockdown, I think it was. Yeah, during the COVID lockdown, or just after it, when he sold it to a guy in Christchurch, that we got an idea of what the value was of them, and that was ridiculous. Yeah, they can't believe the values that they think that they're worth, but to me, they can't. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's what, like you say, it's what it's worth to you. There's a number value, and there's the other.
There is, but
yeah.
I can't be selling it at all.
That's that.
I've got to get driving before I sell it.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of guys come and have a look at it, and they've offered me pretty good money for it as it is.
Well, it's kind of good to know in a way that you're not throwing good money after bad money for something that's not, that's not worth it, but it is in that sense. I mean, there's some ordinary vehicles that you can put a lot of money into, and you never get that money back.
Probably all done that, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've done it in the past.
Yeah, but at least if it's something special, then it's kind of an investment at the same time.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah.
Oh well, we can chuck it down. I'll put the wheels on it.
Yeah, have a look at the under the hood.
I think you lift up these things.
Yeah.
This is the bit of pipe I was telling you about I need. It's a black piece of pipe that goes down there and goes down into the turbo down there.
Oh, right.
So if anybody knows where I can, I'll be looking online everywhere to see if I can find one on all the eBays.
Yeah.
In America and Germany, everywhere. And
so we're looking.
Find them anywhere.
We're looking for the turbo pipe.
Yeah, it's a black one that fits into here. It's the same shape as that virtually thing that comes in and goes down into there.
Yeah.
And it's got an angle on it from here.
Ah, yeah.
So,
and we're looking for a turbo solution as
turbo
well.
solution.
So I'm going to put I'll put Pete's contact details in the description below.
Yeah.
And
that'd be cool.
if you've got any information, or if you're just an enthusiast that wants to say hello, then
that's fine.
I'll
talk to anybody about it, obviously.
Yeah.
There's people out there with far more experience on them than what I've got.
Yeah, well,
and
it's like
being this far away, being in Europe, you can't just go down the road and talk to someone.
No.
Because nobody knows.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very small. Select group.
Is the same as all the injection system, is the same as the TII and all that.
Yep.
But they're quite rare out here too.
Yep.
So
this is the M10.
M10. Yep. M10 2 litre.
So I learned a bit about these when I did John's video on his O2s.
Oh yeah.
Well, not much, but I didn't know anything about them. But they've got quite an incredible history as far as motor racing goes.
Yep.
Anybody that puts 4-cylinder BMW engines down need to do their research on the M10.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these have won the New Zealand heatway rallies and everything, and then over in Germany they use these M10 motors. That's the one that they put into their the twin turbo, and they were getting 1200 horsepower. Out of a little 4-cylinder car like that, and you think, they're strong as.
Yeah.
When I was in Germany, I went to BMW over in Germany quite a few years ago, and they were telling us that they put a lot of blocks for these outside and weather them for about 6 months outside to make them stronger. They were saying that's what they do for it all. So
that's interesting.
Made them
a lot stronger, so they get more power out of them and all that. Oh, they didn't blow apart as much.
Ah.
So,
I don't know how they discover that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's true, yeah.
Brought the ones in, were outside and discovered, you know, there's something different about them.
Found out it was,
Yeah.
apparently it was supposed to weather them.
Yeah. So you've had this engine rebuilt?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, the new rings and pistons, and then just a complete refresh, that's all.
Yeah,
The head and everything was all alright on it all, so yeah. Just about, you might as well do it when I had it out, might as well do it all, got it.
Yeah.
Got the injection system all checked out and everything, so. But it can't be, it's got to be timed on the car is what I've been told too. That's another thing that's new about them. You can't just time it, so I've got to have the turbo probably to be able to time it properly into that. But, you know, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't really know. I rely on what other people tell me about that.
Yeah.
I'd like to find a local mechanic or a retired one that wants to come down here and help me, really.
Yeah.
Because I've got everything here.
Yeah.
So it could be quite good for somebody to come down and just help me finish it off.
Yeah, definitely.
I've done, like as I say, I was right back to bare metal, and I've done probably 80% of it by myself. The panel work and everything that was done, because there were rusty floors and a couple of other things, new front fenders on it and everything. My brother done all that in Palmerston North, because he was a panel beater a few years ago. So a few years ago he done all that for me down there, and it stayed down there for about 4 or 5 years. And whenever I could afford a little bit, I done a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
You know, usual story.
Yeah.
To save up a little bit for something, and then you put it back into it again, and then you can't, so you put the cover over it for a while.
Yeah. try and forget about it for a while.
Yeah, try to forget it. I'm lucky I've got a few other little toys that I play around with sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is probably keeping me away from all this. So.
Yeah. And you've obviously you've had a bit done to the interior.
Yeah.
The upholstery looks.
Got all that complete. The back seats and the door cards and everything were all original.
Yeah.
They weren't done. But the front seats, they had a different sort of front seat in there. They didn't have the originals.
Yep.
So I got some original bases for 2002. And I got a mate who's an upholsterer around here, Daryl.
Yep.
And he built all this up and done it all for me.
Cool.
Made a great job out of it.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
They look terrific and everything, really. So
Yeah.
So he done all that. I've got to take it all out again because I just got it ready for the 50th show. So I just basically just chucked everything into it. So there's quite a bit got to come off it again. And I've got to take it out because I haven't got all the underlay and the underseal underneath all the carpets and that, so it's all got to come out again, but it's not major to do that and put it all in.
Yeah.
It's just I only got a little bit of notice that they wanted it up for the 50th show at the BMW.
Yeah.
So it was a quick rush just to make it look presentable. So there.
Yeah.
Just give it
I just wanted to hear that sound.
I know, it does, nice clicking sound.
Yeah.
The boot, I've just redone all that up.
Yeah.
Done it right through, and I've just reupholstered all these and everything, so yeah, it's all pretty tidy. What's through there?
Did you source some new lights? Or?
Yeah, I did in the end. I didn't originally, because I wanted to put the old ones on. I put them on, and then as I say, we've done this other one up here, bright orange one for Jono. Yeah. And he got new lights and put them on, and as soon as I saw them on there, I thought, oh, I've got to.
Yeah.
But,
they look great.
There's $1,000 for those lights.
Yeah.
That's the problem, you know.
So are they like new old stock, or are they? Well,
no, the new stock. Yeah. From Morthenish over in Germany again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pretty cool that you can still source.
Yeah.
Stuff. I mean, and like obviously pretty freaky with the wheels, but.
Yeah, that was. But most of the other stuff. And I was just looking this morning while I was waiting actually about some stuff that I wanted to get. And even I didn't have the original turbo badge, they'd obviously taken it off.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder if I can find one of those, and sure enough, they're online over there.
Yeah.
That wasn't from them, but if they can't source anything, they're quite good because they email me and say, oh, try this place and try that place.
Yeah, I know.
So, because over there they get asked a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So Europe's a lot different than over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they just let me know where to get things from, and I emailed another outfit, and they said, yeah, they got them, and $75 that came out, and it was done.
Yeah.
So it looks a lot better because they're different, obviously. They're done in the black and everything too.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you start, anything that's not done stands out like 100 times more.
Really,
you know.
that is the original back bumper, luckily.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, it's in good nick.
It wasn't really good.
Good old chrome, eh?
Yeah,
like
nice and solid, eh?
Parked out and driven around and parked
You'll
out
see,
the paddock.
I'm glad I got on my race car too, because you'll see the difference here, because I've had a couple of people hit me in the back.
Yeah.
On the steel chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you reckon you'll take this on a low key sort of track day at all, or
I'll do maybe some dual sprints or some classic trials or something. Yeah, I'd like to take it out there and see what it does.
Yeah.
Because it's got the diff in it is a 336, the original diff for them all, which is I've got in part up there. I've just been checking it out to make sure it's all right and everything.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a partial
LSD diff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so they're just not a full open diff
Yep.
because they'd want it.
That'd be a bit.
And I was sort of putting it, because I do have a couple of 4-1 limited slip diffs, spare ones from the race car and everything, and I thought of putting one of those in it.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest problem, is that apparently you drive them and you'll be driving along and doing 3,500 revs, and you'll chuck it down into third gear, going around a corner and put your foot down, and it goes from 79 horsepower up to 149, and all of a sudden it's all over the place, and that's what wrote a lot of them off apparently. People were used to it.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that they didn't put a full limited slip diff right from the word go. Really.
Yeah.
With that, the turbo lag apparently is incredible on them.
Yep.
Dash, but it had a split up through there, and I just got it done on it, and it's not too bad now and all that sort of thing, but that's all original, and the
pretty cool with the spot of colour in the dash.
Yeah, that's the turbos came out with
going
those.
with your colour on the outside.
Yeah, well, all the turbos came out with that. That was a big feature of them when they first brought them out.
Spots of colour here and there.
Let's see, somewhere. Was the gauge, the boost gauge. Cool. There's a big feature of them all. They all come out with. They have about 3 different colours, from bright red to bright orange, and apparently I found out that this one was made for the Swedish market.
Yeah.
They made quite a few for different markets, and they did change a few about every. Because as I say, 1625, and about every 600 or 700 they done something different on them. Yeah. Because I went to get the original TII rear brakes for this, and they weren't. This one's got some funny squirrely spring systems in it. And when I messaged them about it, they said, oh, that's the ones that went to the Swedish market. So the car must have been originally made for Sweden. I haven't got the full history of it yet. I've actually written off to Concourse BMW, or to whatever they're called over there now. Written off to them and given them all the photos of it all, and the chassis number and the engine number and all that, and they can send me a full thing to say when the day it was produced and where it went to and all that.
I saw something come up the other day. I didn't really find out exactly how the person had it, but I think it was from BMW Germany, and it had birth certificate.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that on Facebook too.
Yeah, it might have been. I saw it on some social.
Yeah, it must be the same type of thing.
So they must have tracked down and that must be what you get. Maybe I thought, oh, that's quite cool.
Because the lady that bought this for her sons in Croatia, she brought it from Japan, so it came to New Zealand from Japan. And it's never been certified or registered on New Zealand. So even I'll sort of throw that around a little bit to start with. It's never been. So I've got to get it all fully recertified.
Oh, so you've got to go for a cert as well.
Which I've done most of it. The guy that's done it got most of the things in there. He just wants a final paper or final print off from when it's running. I can't get it done until it's running. So when it's running and that.
Is that an easier process with classics? Are they a little less?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. Because I've had some people who have had to strip the whole car back out again to do them all, and then other people, like this one that's just come into Auckland, Continental Cars up there, have put it all back together up there, and I spoke to them up there, and they said no, it was a piece of cake. They just went down, the guy came down, had a look at it, and as long as everything's in the right place, they said it was fine.
Just a matter of asking the right people.
Well, I think it is too.
Going to the right person.
It is. I think so.
Trying not to get someone that's got a bit of a Gestapo mentality.
I don't know. They might be around somewhere, I guess. But I've gone the whole process right from the word go. The guy actually went to my brother's when he was doing the panel beating, because he was from Wanganui, the other guy was. They certified down there, and took photos of it all and okayed all the panel beating and all the welding and all the rest of it right from the word go.
So it's been documented.
So it's been documented.
Be happy
right
with
through.
that.
So it should be pretty right. I shouldn't really have any problem. Hope not.
You do.
Otherwise, you don't know what you're going to do.
You do have to get the right person.
I had a friend who bought an American car and done it all up and everything, and then he ended up having to strip right back all the carpets out and everything right back down so they could check all the holes for
anchor
the seat
points
belts
and all.
Things, so,
Well, apparently someone was saying to me that they do that with even like new cars. I didn't realise, but when they come in from Japan, they pull panels off and all sorts of stuff to check anchor points and. I was exactly the same. I said, oh, did they? I said, probably why they've got new, imported cars probably got so many rattles and squeaks and stuff, because they don't put things back together properly. Probably break half the clips.
And that's true.
But anyway.
As I say, I was really lucky to get all the whole waistband. This is still my original, and all this was the original of the car, because I didn't need to get all them. But I got the waistband, and these were all bent up quite a bit. But I got new ones. Really hard to put those sort of things on, because they twist so easily, they bend so easily.
at least when you're working with something new and putting it on, you're not having to remove and you know, without damaging first and all that. So
and the original flares for it, well, the front ones were all damaged. And the front spoiler was damaged in that too, so I've got the original ones still up. The original ones are up and behind there.
Oh yeah.
But it was cheaper to buy new ones than to get the old ones repaired.
Yeah.
So I put new ones on it and that, you know, new rubbers and everything. And seen that spoiler, I thought, well, I don't know whether it gets damaged, so I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, yeah. Good idea.
You might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, whether that gets damaged on there or on the race car, I'll just put it on the one.
Ex overseas, your shipping's pretty much the same price for 2, so.
Well, it was.
You know,
yeah, it was pretty good in those days, although they've nearly tripled in price now.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a good thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, I've got a lot of fair bit of parts around the place for different things.
Yeah.
Everything I like to put into containers and numbers on and all that.
Well ordered, yeah.
Yeah.
It's no use keeping stuff if you don't know where it is.
No, I do the same with all of my, it's all lined up in there, where everything belongs and everything.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
And the same with all my, I was just looking through these kits now because I'm trying to find some brackets to hold the brake lines on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've still got this is all brand new stuff still that I've still got to use in places for, well, I probably won't because I've doubled up on quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which you do, you think, oh, I'm looking online at night, and you have a look and think, oh, do I need those? I'll buy them.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wallace and Nash was great because they send out complete books. Well, that's the 635 one, is that the other one somewhere? They give you a complete book on everything with all the parts and the whole works. They're brilliant, really. Yeah. The way that they look after you and everything. So yeah.
Nice little collection here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, over the years I've built up. Actually, that's my other shed. So that's what the turbo was like. So it's stripped right back to bare metal.
Yeah.
And I got it walnut blasted instead of heat blasted because apparently the metal is so thin on the roofs and whatnot. So a guy down in Cambridge, just out of Cambridge, walnut blasted the whole thing. Yeah. But I don't know whether I'll do it again because it took me months to get rid of the dust. I even got to the stage where I drilled little holes underneath and I put a pipe through it and I took it on a trailer and took it for a brick drive around for Ollie. The wind would, it was just a lot.
Because that's what they do for port cleaning, don't they?
Oh, do they?
Cleaning out ports and that.
Right, yeah.
Walnut, I think a lot of people get that done.
It was quite expensive to do. I didn't ask before I got it done, but never mind, it's worth it.
Done
I didn't want him to warp anything on it.
Yeah.
Being that old, so
is it is just the age, or is that a
apparently
weight,
it's
a weight
just the age of it as well. Like Kevin was telling me about it yesterday. The iron or the tin or what is a lot thinner way back in the 70s than what it is nowadays or something. So, so he was telling me, that's right. But,
unless it was American.
Well, that's a bit different.
They were using it all. Yeah. Didn't leave any for anyone else. Yeah. Awesome.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can start up the green one. We'll back that one out if you like.
Yeah, okay.
Out there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You've seen this one around a bit anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen this one around.
Yeah, that was I think when I did the video of that Taupo meet.
Oh yeah.
I used this as my thumbnail because it's definitely a stander outer.
Oh yeah. Well, this is my 21 years I've been racing it now. Wow. This is my 21st.
Yeah, I was really impressed. Like I've said to a couple of people, man, you know, there's other cars out there that are like absolute beasts, and I said, this thing goes, and I said, and Peter doesn't hold back, man.
No,
He's like,
of course not.
just like,
I'm pretty used to it now.
Yeah. Well, that's that familiarity thing,
you
sort
like
of.
Everybody says time in the seat, and that's what I tell everybody who jumps into a car.
Yep.
I tell a lot of people who want to, and I've got a young guy now who's looking at building up a race car.
Yep.
And I said, and he wants to hot up the motor, and I said, don't worry about the motor or anything first. Learn how to drive it first. Do the brakes and suspension first.
Figure out
because when you've got a small car, you've got to know how to corner, because the big cars are going to get you on the straight. Yeah. And if you're no good at cornering and out braking them, then you're not going to get anywhere near them.
Yeah.
And I had some good tussles with, Carl with his V8 Capri and a few other guys with their big V8s. Yeah. They'll pass me down the straights, but then I'm down underneath them and around the corners. And
I've seen some of those bigger cars down at Taupo, and the side of the rocket panel's just about touching the road, and the other one's about 2 feet off the tarmac.
And they go all over.
Serious roll on them, but they seem to get around the corners.
So this one's been all around. It's been to every one of these tracks now. Well, it hasn't been at Nürburgring. I've been on the Nürburgring, but this hasn't. But so I got all those on when I went down South Holland last down to do scope and that.
Yeah, it's just it's been on that top one.
It's been on that a lot around there.
And there'll be another one to add there, and couple of years will be in Tauranga.
Yes, I believe.
Teched.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
it's all very, not hush-hush, but no one's really making a lot of noise about it.
No, they're not.
Pardon the pun, but
at a meeting the other week,
happening.
the one at Hampton Downs, they were saying, in fact, somebody out there said that they were told them that they were hoping to have it ready by Christmas this year, and I'm thinking, well, that's...
Well, I was talking to a guy I bang into a lot, Chris Watt, I don't know if you've come across him, but he's got a couple of cars he tracks quite a lot. He's got a Nissan Sylvia that he tracks quite a lot, and he's on council, and they asked him to sit in on one of the meetings just in case he had something he could offer, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, he said they were talking end of 25. And then I was talking to someone else the other day, and he said, no, they're talking about maybe starting to turn a bit of dirt at the end of 25.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
It's almost like they're throwing all this myth out there to build the the whole drama of it all. But it's going to be a supercar racetrack.
Is it going to be that?
Apparently it's for the elite. Well, for everybody, including the elite.
It's a lot of money to do
So
that,
there'll be
isn't it?
Lambos and Ferraris and everything going around that track later. Yeah.
That's a lot of coin got to go in to do something like that.
Is this a cold start?
Yes.
So this be should,
I always put my freestyle on
oh yeah. So I've seen this car on track. Seen this car on track quite a lot. It's a little weapon. So it's same but different.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
But,
You
the
know.
other one's fuel injected. It's got twin 48 carbs on it.
Oh yeah.
They've been ported out. It's got a 316 oil fed cam. We found that they normally have a rail over there that feeds oil into the cams, and it didn't. I mean, 8,000 litres, it wasn't enough oil getting to
Oh yeah.
So it's got an oil feed can that goes through it. Now it's the same as what Mike Dillman and his turbo one.
Right.
I got it off him because he said, no, put an oil feed cam in it and it feeds a lot more. So
Yeah.
so that goes into it. You know.
And at least with this one, there's no rules as to like what you can do what you want with it. You're not trying to keep it.
Yeah, well,
you know.
you can, but I race in the HBRA, which is the classics or the 378. So you've got to keep it as period correct as possible.
Yeah.
It's a Group 2 one, so I'm allowed to have the fiberglass, but I've had to, as you see, put a back seat and door cards and all that on it.
Oh yeah.
Make it look more of a car rather than a race one, and put a console in and all that. So it doesn't look just like just a race car.
Yeah. It's funny, some of the regulations sort of like doesn't change anything. Really, it's just you know. I guess they have to draw a line somewhere.
Draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm on the original 14 inch.
Yeah.
I'm racing the original 14 inch wheels on it.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a nuisance because you can't get wide tyres for them anymore. So I'm racing on little 185s because that's the only ones that come out with 14s. 13s will be great and 15s will be good. These don't come out with 15s, but I spoke to Bryce about it the other day. They do come out on a 13 inch, which is what the turbo has.
Yeah.
13 inch, so I can put it down on a 13 inch. And by putting a 13 inch wheel with and working out what the ratio of it is, I can get right out to a 205 tyre, which will be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because these little 185s, after about 5 or 6 laps, and when we done that 8 lapper up at Hampton the other week, the last 2 laps she was getting pretty squirrely around in the back end, eh?
Yeah.
So and what I've got, like even the hairpin out at Hampton Downs, the third gear I can wheel spin this thing out of there, you know, so
Yeah.
it's got a little bit of horsepower
Yeah.
going through it now.
Yeah.
And it's light. Only
Yeah, I was
weighs
going to say, it wouldn't weigh
900
much. It's,
960 kgs? Yep.
yeah.
Yep. But it's still got full glass there and there, and
Yeah.
that's got a glass now because I've replaced that door, because you would
yeah.
have seen the one inside there that got,
Yeah.
I had an Alpha that came off the track and into the back of it. So in 21 years I've only had one crash that I sort of caused, I suppose. It was the start-finish line at Taupo,
Oh, yeah.
and Charles took off in his E21 in front, and I was right up his gate, and the car in front of him was stalled, and we didn't realise, and he stopped, pulled out and stopped, and I put him in the back end.
Oh, well, that happens.
Yeah, apart from that I've only had a couple of little minor ones in the steel bumper.
Yeah.
One there, one there, one there.
Yeah. Oh, that's just all part of the character when you've got a car that you're tracking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that one was possibly, it was at Pukekohe before it closed down, out of the hairpin down there before we go up the hill.
Yeah.
And I went from second to fifth.
Oh, yeah.
So the car sort of partly stalled, and it had a Porsche right up behind me, and he knew that I was going to take off,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't because I picked the wrong gear. So
Probably better that way than
he
the
came
other.
in and apologised, and I said, well, it wasn't really your fault actually. I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
You know, so
At least
yeah.
it wasn't a, what do they call it? Money.
No, it wasn't much
You know,
money.
down,
No.
down the other way.
I've been lucky with things like at the last meeting at Hampton Downs, I had a bit of an issue where all of a sudden the car filled up with smoke and everything. I was, oh no, you know, thought I'd blown the motor, and I read it. No, the motor's fine, oil pressure's fine. But for some reason, the filler cap out of the gearbox had come slightly loose, and oil had just come out onto the
Oh,
exhaust,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
which has never ever happened in 20 odd years of racing before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know what caused that.
Oh, well.
And I hadn't just filled it up either.
Yeah.
With 3 meetings ago. So,
Easy
you know,
fix.
Yeah.
Easy fix.
No, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, brilliant.
Baby's coming home.
Yeah. So what's your next track day or whatever?
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
what I'll do. Yeah, I'll probably just do some track days. I've got a mate who's got a little one of those supercharged little minis, and he's just put ABS braking and whatnot on it, and he wants to have a track day.
Oh, yeah.
And another guy that's got a 635, so we're deciding that we might just go up and have a play day up at
Yeah.
Hampton Downs plate.
Yeah. Is that,
do a track day and whatnot.
I know there's a few guys in the Simply BMW club that are keen on
Oh, yeah.
on doing a track.
Oh, I might get hold of them and just see when they're going to do it.
Yeah, I
Because
sort
we've
of
got no more racing now for until when will that be?
just
October,
seasonal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I can do, and I do some during the winter.
Yeah.
Um,
Irony is,
with
like,
the Auckland Car Club and a few things like that.
like this time of the year and sometimes in the
Like
middle of winter, so sometimes
Yeah.
nowadays we seem to be getting better weather than
Oh, we are.
summer.
And I like the
more
cooler
predict-
weather. This likes the cooler weather.
I bet.
If it's too hot,
Yeah.
it won't suck in the right air.
Yeah.
And it really starves it, eh? It's incredible how much difference it makes. We
Yeah.
had a really hot day at Taupo once.
Yeah.
And I really noticed how flat it was if I was behind a car. So I had to pull out. Because all my air comes in through there.
Ah, right.
I've only
Yep.
got the one light.
Oh, yeah.
So I get forced air in through there into the induction box into here.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
that was
Good idea.
designed
Yeah.
to force the air back so that number 4 will get as much air as the other ones. Because a lot of ones that come in straight,
Yeah.
all the air gets sucked in and there's not so much going to
Okay.
number 4.
It's gone already. Being
So
used
these
up.
guys from
It's a good
pole
idea.
position
Yeah.
designed it so that it came back right into there.
Clever.
He does that for all these. He does a lot of turbo and drifting cars and all that.
Yeah.
So he said that's what we have to do to get all the to get air right into the right places.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, well, look, you think it's going to work? And
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah,
It's kind
obviously
of,
it made a big difference when I got all that done too.
It's kind of a bit like that. I know on my E61 that had the naturally NA straight
Yeah.
6,
Yeah.
and that had the disser flaps that would open and close at
Oh,
different
really?
times to direct air into.
To direct air into them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's same principle in a way,
Yeah.
but just constant, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So it was quite. It made a difference when we got it dynoed
Yeah, I
and
was-
retuned against
yeah.
it all too.
yeah.
I took it up to Drury to get it dynoed and everything last time.
Mhm.
And his father actually, he's in his 80s up there, and he said that he used to work on carburetors all the time, and he wanted to have a look at doing carburetors. So he said, "Oh, do you mind if Dad has a look at them all?" He said, "Nah, that's good for it."
Yeah.
And he got about another 3 kilowatts out of it just by tuning it differently on the carburetors, all by ear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Old
Man,
school.
That's old school, eh? And that's good.
Mm.
So, and I noticed the difference to it all.
Yeah.
So it's got quite a bit of low down torque. It's got a 4-1 diff. It's got 5-speed dog leg in it.
Yeah.
Getrag in it and that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it's got a lot of torque down low, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Because the car, then it gives me sometimes 2 or 3 lengths away from a car out of a corner, then they've got to try and catch me.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool actually.
Yeah.
And they do say how do you outbrake it. Still on the old original drum brakes on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I haven't put this on. A lot of people put this all around. I've still kept the drum brakes on the back.
They do the job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of your braking's on the front anyway.
Do as far as overheating goes with brakes, do discs overheat faster than drum brakes, or not really a thing?
I don't think it makes a lot of difference to it.
Yeah.
I haven't got them on right now, but I have in the past. I've had breather pipes going in through the little holes down here.
Oh yeah.
To catch air and just put them onto the drums.
Yeah.
Onto the disc.
Yeah.
Just to keep them cold and that.
Yep.
But they get up to about, I do measure the temperature sometimes, and a little while ago on a reasonably cool day, they got up to about 640.
Wow.
The temperature is about 640 on them, so they do get up there a bit.
Yeah, you'd see them glowing.
Yeah.
Like, if it was dark.
But the drums are only just there, like...
yeah. Because most of your braking's happening at the front anyway.
The front. Yeah, you don't want the back end braking because then, you slide out. And
Yeah.
People put too much bias onto the back sometimes, so yeah. I go. Yeah,
so how long have you had this for?
I actually bought it at an auction. Oh no, I bought it over in Tauranga in 2000 and... I might have been 2000 actually, I bought it.
Right.
Yeah. And just took it home, stripped it right out, put a cage. The guy had a half cage because he used to do hill climbs in it a bit. So he had a half cage in it. Stripped it all down and put it all out. Still ran the original motor that he had in it, which had done 238,000 k's or something, and I raced about 3 seasons on that.
Oh wow!
And it was a lot reliable as. Oh, right. And then I had something very unusual apparently, is I had a piston rod brake.
Oh yeah.
A Pukekohe.
Yeah.
And I was only just going out of Castrol on a warm-up lap when it broke even.
Yeah.
So that was a bit unusual.
Yeah. Bit of fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had another old motor here, so we just built that one up,
Yeah.
and then. When that one was getting a bit tighter, and I thought I just needed to go a little bit faster now. I'm in amongst these other big boys a bit more, rather than the RC stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So I found down at Taupo, I was down there with some friends looking for they were looking at boats, and I looked over at the shelf over there, and I said to the guy, "Is that what that motor you got over there?" And he said, "Oh, it's a BMW motor." And I said, "Is it new or something?" And he said, "Yeah, it's brand new. It's never been used. It's a 1971 motor and it's never been used. I was going to put it into a boat." And everybody said, "Nah, it would be no good for it." Yeah. So I went and had a look at it and it was still in the crate. Brand new motor, still in the crate.
All right, you're lucking it all round.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So I bought it off him.
Yeah.
And I bought it to ST Autos here in Cambridge. Yeah. Out there. And gave it to Shane and Regan out there and said to them, "Can you build me a motor? But it's got to be 2 litre," because I was racing in the BMW 2 litre class. So it's got to be under 2 litres, but something really reliable. But if it goes right, that'll be good. Yeah. And he built this motor, and it goes really well. Actually.
Yeah. And you haven't had too much to it since then.
Not a thing.
Yeah,
like I went down to South Island to do scope and everything 2 years ago, and here we go. Yeah, and complete oil change here. Went down. We done a meeting at Manfield on the way. I done all 3 meetings down at Scope. Came back and done another at Taupo in the back in here. And I changed the oil once down there. I change the oil about every 3 meetings anyway. Right. I do the diff, the gearbox, the whole lot. Yeah. Always do it. To me it's cheap insurance. Yeah, definitely. And it never missed a beat the whole time. Yeah. I mean, I just raced it down there. I love the South Island tracks. Yeah. They were beautiful. It just suited my car. Yeah. First time on the tracks down there, and it done so well. And, and I picked up some good placings down there, Yeah. Well, Wayne Perkins down there in his Viva and that, he said, "You're not supposed to come down here and beat us, I'm not trying to, but... It wasn't my intention. No, it wasn't. Couldn't help it. I said, well, that's good, because I just followed him around when we got to Ruapuna, because he's an expert, he knows all the tracks, so I followed his, that Viva that he's got, 2.4 Viva, I think it is. Oh, yeah, I've probably seen that. Yeah. He's a good driver, so I just followed him around to learn it, but then I passed him on the second to last. Yeah, I learned. But no, it never missed a beat, so it's been a brilliant motor, it really has, and it's dropped. A lot of my time since I've done that, I'm down sometimes up to 2 seconds a lap on some tracks. Wow. Did they use the M10 in models after the O2 or? Yeah, the early E21 I think had an M10. Yeah. And I believe some of the E30s had M10s before they went to the M20s. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I believe so, because I've
Yeah.
had a couple of people who said about parts, so they wanted
Yep.
parts. I wanted gearboxes that fitted an M10 motor, and it was in an E30.
Right, yeah.
So,
Oh, at least that
yeah.
makes availability of different things
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit better if it's been, you know, taken a bit further along.
Yeah.
The other
Well, you
models.
can still find buy a lot of stuff for them overseas, because there's thousands. They still race that, thousands of these overseas, over in Europe and everything.
Yeah.
If you go on and have a look for their classic racing over there, they'll have 22 002s in a field out there, you know, racing in them.
Yeah.
So there's heaps of, and what they get out, there's someone there 230 horsepower out of these little
Yeah.
motors, not just standard sort of looking motors.
Yeah.
And they get that, they know what to do with them. all
Because
over.
these are O2s, they
Yeah.
were pretty much what launched, got the ball rolling with BMW, weren't they?
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
they were struggling a
they
lot
were
when
struggling.
they first brought out this car.
Yeah.
And the 1600.
And this gave
in
them that.
1967 or 68, I think
Yeah.
it was the first one that they showed at the Frankfurt show. I think it was something around about that.
Yeah.
67, 68.
Yeah.
And then it was, from what we were told over there, it was quite freaky that this 2 litre motor was in a bigger car, a bigger saloon car, in the 2000 model. It was the 2 litre motor. And then 2 guys that worked for BMW, there was a show coming up, and unbeknown to each other and unbeknown to the company, they took the 2 litre motor out of those cars and they put them into a 1600 02,
Oh, yeah, I've heard
1602.
that story, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and they both turned up at the show. And they,
Yeah.
oh, did you do that? Yeah, I done it. And then BMW looked at it and thought, wow.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
found out what a package it was. You put a 2 litre in here instead of the 1600.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's kind of happened with, in a similar way to the new G series with the touring, M3 touring.
oh yeah.
I think
Is that right?
there's a couple of guys that work for BMW that sort of cut and pasted one together
Did they?
from 2 cars.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like, you know, they were more or less saying, well, this is what we could build and everybody wants it. So,
yeah.
and now they've done it. So,
Well, they sold, and they went to sell thousands. All of a sudden, they were just a sporty little car,
Yeah.
just a road car on a Sunday, or you
Yeah.
could race it on a Saturday and drive it on the road on the Sunday.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so
So that
they could
was
afford to work.
perfect formula, really.
Great,
you know.
they're great to drive, hey. They're
Yeah.
incredible handling little cars, eh?
Yeah.
And obviously, I've driven it a lot, so I get used to it.
Yeah.
All the races that I've done and everything. But,
Yeah, well, when I
it's
went
such a
with
good little car.
when I went with John and the one that he's owned for
Oh, yeah.
40 years,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
quite impressed, really.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's
maybe next
you know,
time I'll have the turbo ready.
get that one, yeah, get that one going. So yeah, I definitely do it. We'll have to do a follow up when she's running, and
Yeah. Well, hopefully it won't be too long.
yeah, good.
When I was up at the Brit Euro show just a few months ago,
Yep.
I met some people up there,
Yep.
father and son up there, Paul and Andrew, I think his sons. They restore older cars, and I told him what I had, and they're quite keen to actually help me finish it off.
Yeah.
So
That's
so
the
I'm
thing,
gonna
when you
look
meet
at
people
taking-
that are genuine
Yeah.
enthusiasts,
Yeah,
it's like they
exactly.
just want to, you
Yep.
know.
I've
Just-
had people in the past, oh yeah, no, I'll give you a hand and whatnot, and when I've got in touch with them, oh no, I don't really have time to do
Yeah,
it now,
yeah.
that sort of thing. So hopefully they'll be right, and
Yeah.
because as I say, I've done 80% of it myself
Yeah.
in my garage
Yeah.
at home when I had it and all the rest of it, but I'm not a mechanic, and I've just
Yeah.
learnt stuff as I've gone along, made
Yeah.
a couple of mistakes and had to redo them again.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm probably lucky that I've been playing with this for so long.
Yeah, so you know it. You know.
Like I take all the motors in and out and
Yeah.
gearboxes, and I've done that with that too, put all of my
Yeah.
gearboxes and all back in.
At least there's not masses of electronics
No,
and
it's
harnesses
not.
and
That's
everything.
what I like about
It's
it,
like,
No, just to pick up two
know,
wires
if
that
you
go
were-
on the motor and that's it.
yeah, if you knew exactly what you're doing, you know,
Yeah.
what was your couple of, 2 or 3 hours motor out, motor in?
Oh,
Or,
yeah. Yeah, well, the easiest way to do them, and what like I've done when I've done that, is I put the motor onto the subframe and everything,
Yeah.
out onto a trolley, and because I've got the hoist,
Yeah.
and then put the trolley underneath and just put the car down
Drop the
onto
car
it, and
underneath.
just
Yeah.
bolt it all in, and before
Yeah.
you know it, it's there.
Easy peasy.
You know, it's a lot easier too, a lot easier to work on while it's out of it and everything
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And it's easier than, and I've done the same with this, it's easier than trying to drag it up over the top.
Yeah.
You've got to take the radiator and everything all off, so it's easier to actually drop the whole
Drop it
lot
straight
down,
out. Yeah.
put it up on the hoist. So yeah, I've been lucky that I've learned a few things like that.
Awesome.
And the diffs and all that, it's so easy to take out all the time and do all that sort of thing. So
Yep.
yeah, I changed a diff at Pukekohe a few years ago on my trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I went up there with the 4.1 and I thought, I want some more at the top end, so I'll try a different diff. And I took a 364 up and I changed it in between races. It only took me very little
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Changed it all, but it was terrible. It was
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah.
I'd like to go from a 4.1 to a 3.9 something
Right.
diff, and that will give me more top end.
Yeah.
Because as I say, if I try and use, I can't even use second in some places because it just wheel spins. So if
do
I
that.
go up the top end, change it to a 3.9 apparently,
Yeah.
I'll be able to use lower gears, but it'll give me more top end,
Ah.
which is what I'm looking at doing now, because some of the other cars, some of the BDA Escorts and all that,
Yeah.
I'm with them in a lot of cases. I
Yeah.
can get away from them quicker,
Yeah.
but then they catch me on the top end, like going
Okay.
over the hill.
You run out of.
And then, I just
above.
run out
Yeah.
7,500 revs before I even get to the brow at Hampton Downs,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they come past me, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are they
so I'd
for?
like a little bit more.
4-speed, eh?
5.
5-speed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a 5-speed gear track.
Yeah. Gear
Yeah.
track. Ah.
5. Probably the same as what John's got on his, I think, over there.
Yeah, I think he played around with a
He put something.
Subaru or something.
No, Mazda one, didn't he? Or
Mazda, something different, and it didn't work. He said it
Yeah.
just.
I
It
think
just
an
was.
RX-7 one or something. I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
an
think he
RX,
done that.
RX of
Yeah.
some sort, but
Yeah.
it was non-compatible. It
No.
just wouldn't marry
No,
up.
he
So
did ring me about that at one stage, actually.
yeah,
No,
so I
you
think
just
he
need
found
it,
a gear track
you know?
in the end for it.
Get a gear track. I said,
Yeah.
BMW have raced these things for years. Like people say they change all the back suspension, they put a lot of camber on.
Yeah.
They've spent, like all of their cars, BMW and these
Yeah.
guys, spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting something to go right.
Yeah.
What makes you think that somebody in a garage can turn around and change it and make it go
Yeah,
better?
it fits.
Sometimes it does, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
fits.
I haven't. I don't put a lot on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, sometimes you can get, find little improvements and
yeah.
things that have come along since,
Oh
but
yeah. They have for little things.
But yeah, sometimes the original is just the way to go. Eh?
I have
Yeah.
changed the front suspension, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the first. I've only just recently got those.
Oh,
There's adjustables and whatnot.
Oh, that's what I've got on my car.
And I just
Actually, the video I just did, that's what he's got on his car too.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nathan's.
They got made up. So that got done just before I went down the South Island, and it did make a difference. I got a bit.
They're not too bad, eh?
So it was all right. But,
Did you get the back ones as
yeah.
well? So-
No, I haven't got adjustables on the back.
Oh, yeah.
I just put bull steens in the back with a heavier spring
Oh, yeah.
to pull them down a little bit.
Because I found they're a little bit harsh on my car, being a daily, but
Yeah.
I've got them
Oh, yeah.
wound right down because I think you got like 32 clicks or something.
Yeah, there's
like
quite
that
a few
on it.
clicks in there, right?
I've got them right
So-
down to about 6 or something, and it took me a while to figure that out.
Oh,
And
really?
I kind of felt like they improved as they've been on there for a little while too.
Yeah, people told me that. Actually,
Yeah,
that they really do.
and
Get
like I got them
all
done
things
with Speed Factor,
Yeah, that's it.
because they're the agent,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they didn't sort of say that to me, but it's just something I noticed, and I
Oh,
mentioned
right.
it to another BMW nutter, a mechanic, and he said, yeah, that can definitely happen, especially with
right.
coilovers, they just settle,
Yeah,
and you notice you've got a better ride.
yeah.
And he's been with me in that car with coilover, and he said these are great.
Oh,
However,
right.
they've set them up, so
that's
yeah, they're
good then. Oh,
pretty
cool.
good shot.
Yeah,
The old XYZ
Yeah.
plug.
Well, I just forget about them, you know. And like
Yeah.
when we raced up at Hampton Downs the other weekend, it rained all day Saturday and everything. And
Yeah.
I came over and he said, "Oh, have you got your settings on soft?" And I said, "Oh, hang on, no, I haven't altered them from the last time I raced."
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was a little bit squirrely because I had them right down on hard.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
we wound them up to soft and it made it a lot easier
Yeah.
to drive on the wet.
You probably
So
notice a
I'm
bit,
just not
with
used
your
to it.
braking too, I suppose.
Yeah,
if
a lot
they're too
more with the
soft.
braking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get it.
So I've just got to get used to playing around with them, but I've always
Yeah.
been one of those drivers. You just jump in a car and you drive it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
If it
drive
worked
by the
fine
seat of my
last time.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah. That's often the best way, isn't
Yeah,
it? So,
it is really. So
yeah. See the pants.
that's cool. It's good fun.
Awesome. Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Good. I've been meaning to capture at least this on
Yeah.
video, so it's good to see that one that's getting
Yes.
closer to the end.
Yeah. Well, hopefully somebody might see this and be able to give you some pointers on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like you say, there's definitely a community out there, and there are people
Yeah.
that are genuinely keen and helpful. So
It's just a matter of
who
getting
knows
hold
what
of
can-
them. And I do, every meeting I go to or something, or if I go to a classic show or something, I do actually, I'm not bragging that I've got one,
Yeah.
but I do it so
Yeah.
that somebody says, "Oh, I know something
Yeah,
about
yeah.
those," or, you know,
Yeah,
the same as the TIIs, most of it
I know
is,
someone
you
who's got a brand new turbo that's still in the box.
Yeah,
Never been open.
I did actually get one offered about 3 weeks ago from the Netherlands. The guy's got a reconditioned one over there because I put on the O2 page or the turbo page that I was looking for. Can anybody know, or can I get a housing for it?
Mhm.
And he's got one over there, but he wants €8,000 for it. So that's what, 15 grand or something?
Cheeky Dutch.
I know, but he knows. Yeah.
And so this is what this
It's
is.
an E21.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1982 E21.
Nice.
This is a lady owner. She bought it brand new in Germany.
Oh wow.
And when she came out to New Zealand quite a few years ago, she
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
it out with her.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah.
Beautiful.
Quite nice, just a original little
It's a
car.
clean, very clean car.
Oh, yeah, it's really nice. and
Wow.
clean. So all I've done to this is I've actually changed, I've just put new shocks on it and everything, because
Yep.
when I first got it, it was all way just
Yep.
overdone, because it's 300
difference.
something thousand Ks, 345,000 Ks.
Oh yeah.
As far as I know, nothing's been done to the motor yet.
Wow. Yeah.
It's the 1800 one, so it's the E10 with the 1800 still.
Yep.
But no, goes pretty well. It's a nice driver on that.
Yeah.
I'll take this up to Hamptons tomorrow probably. And,
Yeah.
You know, just show it around.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too many left-hand drive ones around or anything. So,
No.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
It's,
manual. So.
Yeah, and a manual. Yeah, exactly. She got all this. I got the build sheet with it. I didn't actually like that back spoiler.
Yeah.
But it's on the build sheet. She got put on
Oh.
in Germany, and because they're on the
So
build sheet, you got to keep it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that, and she got this piece here. Apparently, is different on these ones too. She got. They normally have a aluminium piece through
Oh,
there.
right.
She got that.
So
and
she spec'd that from
yeah, she
you.
spec'd it up.
Oh,
And she spec'd up the upholstery and that too. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's tidy as It's just so tidy. Really.
yeah. Oh,
Really
I've got
is.
such a distinct smell. Eh? What is that smell? Is it the horse hair or something?
Yeah, it might be. I don't
Just like they should bottle it.
know.
really,
yeah,
you know.
well, they probably can't do that.
Everyone talks about the new car smell,
Yeah, I know. This is
about
right.
the old car smell.
Yeah, they do, and I had somebody that everybody knows around the racetrack.
Yeah.
Dusty in here. I'll have to clean up for tomorrow. And she said to me, she said, "Oh, how come all these old BMWs smell like an old man smell?" I said, "I beg your pardon. What do you mean by that?"
Yeah. You mean, yeah,
remember that
take
was-
that as a compliment?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, this is right. So, but the whole, it's just original, you
Yeah.
know, so yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
kept it all. It's yeah,
Brilliant. Oh, that's a good find.
same M10, but it's just fuel injected. So
I think that's what John's one is. I think
yeah, he
John's
has
is
got
one.
it. Yeah, he's got it. In the race car, he's just done injected and done
Yeah.
something, some special timing and all that, isn't he? Because he's got the stuff in the gear and the glove box, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or electronic or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Because he's with the
that's why I wanted to get hold of him. I'd like to go and have a look at it, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't realise he'd done all that to it because it's been a while since I sold it to him.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's that one. It's a nice little driver.
Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. Oh, thanks, Peter.
That's all right. No,
Yeah.
no, I appreciate you coming out.
Good
It's
to
good.
catch up and good
Yeah,
to
good to talk
document
about it.
them, especially
Yeah.
this one and well, all of them.
Yeah.
But to see this, like it's the teaser fact that we can't start it up and listen and hear
it is. It's
So
just
we'll
frustrating me too.
we'll have to
and
follow
this will probably
that
help
up.
me to, you know, I put it away for a while and I'll
Yep.
take it off the horse and I'll just put it away and I'll leave it for a while.
Yep.
Because I get frustrated that I can't do much more to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to look at though. In the
Stage.
meantime, so
Yeah. Oh
You know?
yeah, it is. Yeah, I come out and sit in it sometimes and just pretend I'm driving.
you need to get on the back of a tow truck so you can actually just at least sit in it and
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, drive it on. Yeah. Well, that's why I
Yeah,
don't
no.
mind taking it to shows
Yes.
and whatnot too.
Tow
I
it
just
up.
take it up on the trailer and put it up and take it to shows and let people have a look at it.
Yeah.
Because you know, and I'm surprised how many young when we're up at the 50th show up in Auckland, amount of young guys or even young girls that knew about them because they were on a couple of game shows apparently on.
I like PlayStation.
Yeah, on those, some of
probably,
those
yeah,
games.
mm.
These are on them apparently, and
Yeah.
we're getting 500 horsepower out of our one. Can you do that with this one? No. you know,
Virtual
it's a bit different.
horsepower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a lot different than trying to do it on the road, eh?
So you do realise that there's a difference between real and virtual.
Yeah, I don't think some of them do. Eh?
Um,
yeah, but I'm surprised how many know about them and they
Yeah.
just love it. You know,
It's
to
funny how
actually see
things. Yeah, it's funny how things become popular
one. Oh, yeah.
through those different mediums, and then that can sometimes drive the prices of things up.
Well,
it's
yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah, can do, I suppose.
I know with like I've started following a little bit more of what happens in the JDM world and those the Nissan R30X. You know, they've got the Skylines
Oh, yes, well, ones.
and the prices of some of them.
Yeah.
I think it might be the R33.
Is that?
I think it's the R33 that's or the 32. I can never
32.
remember which.
My son had an
The- just-
R32, which I couldn't believe how well that went out.
And the value of one of them in particular, I can't remember which, is they're getting 6 figures overseas
Really?
for them,
Yeah.
and they reckon a lot of it's because Fast and the Furious
Yeah, yeah,
movie,
I suppose so, yeah.
and one of the PlayStation games
Yeah.
has just launched them into mass popularity
Really? Oh,
and
wow.
pushed the prices up just through
If it works.
pop culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it is.
Interesting.
Another whole, like it's
Not the
sort of
actual-
missed 2 generations. It's
Yeah.
gone into that next generation.
cool though.
down that's
I think
it's neat, yeah.
Well, I think the other thing too is that a lot of people that like cars have got a new respect for actual cars because of the whole, you know, so-called electric revolution that's
Oh, yeah,
supposed to be
I know, yeah.
taking
Yeah,
place,
that's true, yeah.
and
Yeah,
you know that's a good thing that people are looking back, you know. At,
Actually, I quite like that start. That's the first time it's been down with the new shocks in it.
Oh yeah.
The proper shocks.
Yeah, it looks good.
The
Yeah,
other ones I had
sits
it
well.
measured, and I had them, and I cut some normal shocks because they're a bit higher,
Yeah.
off the normal O2s.
Oh yeah.
They're a bit higher, so I actually cut them just to put it in to make it look right.
Yeah.
So it's the first time it's actually been down. So
yeah, it sits
not
quite
too
well.
bad. It
Would
sits up there.
settle even more a little bit once.
It probably will settle a bit.
Too.
Yeah, because I've probably got the front suspension tied up a lot.
Oh yeah.
You're not supposed to do them up apparently till they're down.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
To let them down, otherwise they stay up there. So I've probably got it set.
Well, it
it's tight
also
right now.
it's hard on the bushes as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can,
that's right.
twist the bushes.
Yeah, so
so you can undo them.
That's what Paul was telling me about. He said, no,
Yeah.
we put them up on a on a platform
Yeah.
hoist
Yeah.
and set them down, and then you do them
Then
all
you
up.
tighten them up, torque
So
them
I
up.
might need all that, and I might drop a little bit.
Just undo
anyway,
it, undo them, retorque them.
But that's not too bad, really. Because that's what they
You
were like
can,
in the old days. You look at all the old photos and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They always had that gap. Nowadays,
Yeah.
everybody's slammed it.
Yeah,
Cars are
right
below
down.
the tyres.
I like being able to see the sidewall. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
if the
that's
sidewall because I've lowered mine enough that I can see the
Yeah.
whole wheel. You know, but it just sits quite
I
snug
actually
and
don't.
yeah.
I think my race car's too low to what it used to
But
be.
at least you can because the front's adjustable.
Yeah.
Right, so you can,
Yeah.
But at least you've got it level though. You can,
Yeah, it's hard getting the tyres in and out, but it's there, and I've done it to make it level after the front one.
Yeah,
But everybody says, you know, it looks so much better now like that, so I've just left it. But I quite like it up a little bit more though. Yeah, we'll see.
Awesome. Oh well,
Alright.
thank you. That's
Appreciate that.
yeah, much appreciated. And we'll come back and revisit this baby when
Yeah, I'll
she's
keep in
running.
touch and I'll let you know
Yeah.
what's happening.
For sure. And like I was saying before, if there's anybody out there in O2 land that's knows of parts or particularly turbo related, or I'll leave Pete's what's best, your Facebook Messenger thingy in there.
Yeah, that'll probably do it. Facebook one or even my normal phone number.
Yeah,
So it's,
yeah, we'll get that in.
That's why I put a card down by the turbo out there.
Right.
Let everybody see it, just
Oh
in
yeah,
case.
yeah,
I don't mind how.
yeah,
Because there's bound to be somebody over there that, anybody
Yeah, for sure.
that does know something, and
yeah,
any bit of help would be good.
yeah.
Yeah. Get it
Awesome.
going.
Cool. Oh,
Appreciate
thank
that. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, cool.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then I
you-
found a lot of rust in it along the firewall and up underneath,
Yeah.
and the whole arm underneath and everything, they're all rusted, so I had to replace all that.
Yeah.
All inside the guards were all rusted.
Yeah.
So they've all been replacing that too. So
Definitely looks better with the wheels that you've got on it
Oh,
now.
yeah,
like,
definitely,
So
yeah.
period correct. You know?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, you would have been quite surprised when you saw
very
it in that.
surprised. Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah. Considering when the guy rang me up from Kevin's Transport, because I spoke to her on the Tuesday night about it and come to the deal. And when he rang me up on the Wednesday morning, he said, "Have you seen this car?" I said, "No." And he said, "Well, I'm going to have to drag it out of the mud before I do it." And I thought, "Oh no, what really?" But yeah, as I say, the salesman from Christchurch just rang me about it, and he said that. So I got her to send some photos up.
Yep.
He rang me on the Monday morning. She sent some photos on the Monday night, and I had a look at it. And I thought, they've done it up looking like a turbo. And then I looked and I thought, hang on, steering wheel's on the left-hand side.
Ah.
They can't have changed that over, surely. So I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
can you send me the chassis number? So she sent it up. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
Number 122 that it was made
Ah.
on the chassis number. So that's why I bought it. So I, thought,
Yeah.
so I offered her a price for it, and she
Yeah.
took it straight away. And,
Yeah.
and I happened to ring up Kevin's Transport, and he said, I'm down at Christchurch right now, actually. And I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
have you got room for another car? And he said, yeah. So he picked it up. I wanted to get it out of there straight away.
You're a bit.
Before anybody else
I
would
think
have
you might be a bit tinny, Peter.
I know. I rang the car salesman rang me up from BMW Christchurch. He rang up about 2 weeks later. He said, I just wondered how you got on with that car down there. And I said, yeah, man, I appreciate that. That's bloody awesome. I said, I'm surprised that you guys didn't jump on it. He said, oh, we wouldn't want one of those. And I said, well, I thought you would have. They're quite rare, eh? And he said, what do you mean they're quite rare?
Wow.
And I said, it's a genuine left-hand drive turbo.
Yeah.
And he went all silent and he said, oh shit, if I tell my boss that, I'm going to get this.
Ah. Yeah.
Because they didn't know.
Ah.
So
Didn't
I
ask-
was very lucky to
Didn't ask the right questions or,
No,
or
he
make
didn't.
make the right observations. So
She just didn't know, they didn't know what it was either,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
She just thought it was just a left-hand drive car because she brought it in from overseas.
She was probably like, you won't believe what that guy paid for that.
No, she probably did too. But I tell you what,
But,
it was only 10% of what it's worth.
Yeah, and
So,
well, the thing is that you never know. It's like it's always a gamble, isn't it?
Oh, it
You
is.
know,
It was
could have
really,
been,
but I thought
you
if
know,
it's got that right number and it
Yeah,
can't be changed,
yeah.
so, it's got to be worth something.
yeah,
But even when I bought it, I mean, they weren't worth, what,
Yeah.
The one that just sold over thing to the guy, and he sold that for over $200,000.
Yeah.
So there's no way they were worth that, and I still don't think they're worth it. But you look at what they go for auctions overseas.
What someone's willing to pay. You know, you look at the prices of new cars. You know, brand new BMWs. You know.
Yeah. They are really.
200,000.
Yeah.
You know, £100,000. I think most of those new ones are going for. So
and even
that's
some
become
prices
normal.
they're getting for these M3s and whatnot, you know, they've skyrocketed too, eh?
They settled down a little bit. I think they
yeah, they did. Yeah.
went overboard during the whole COVID thing, and that it was the same with
a lot of cars, eh?
well, yeah, lots of different things did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So